Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Eldritch Horror as we are trying to prevent the rise of Shub-Niggurath. We had a really bad turn last turn, even though we got a nice easy snowflake mythos card. We still did extremely badly on that card. And yeah, so we have a couple of cursed investigators. One of them is somebody that we have to send into combat, and well, we'll just see what we can do. So into the actions right away. Our lead investigator is going to be Lola Hayes, so we're starting with her. Okay, Lola, we are going to try to have her pick up that clue. Something we're going to do, yeah, we want her to stay there. I'm not going to use the Shining Trapezohedron this turn, because I want her to stay on that space, and if she fails to get rid of a monster and it ends up there, she'll have to encounter it. The first thing she's going to do is actually trade with Wilson Richards. He is going to give him both the silver key, which will act as a free clue once per turn, and the .18 Derringer. We're trying to make him more likely to win in his fight against the Crawling Chaos, which he's going to attempt at this turn. In return, yeah, just going to give Lola this particular task, the Wave of Destruction, is especially useless for Wilson because he has a lore of 1, so we're never going to have him do spell stuff. So we're just going to hand this off to Lola because she is marginally more likely to actually use that. Okay, that is her first action, and for her second action, she is going to rest and get herself a little more healthy. We especially don't want her to get down to either 1 sanity or 1 health, as that will fail her personal story. So we're going to do this, going to give her those, so she is, oh wait, no, she doesn't actually get, she's at full sanity, she's at 7, but now she's going to be at 4 health. Alright, next up is Wilson, right there. We're going to zoom out a bit, though, for his turn. Actually, no, we're not. Going to Wilson next would be going backwards through the investigators. Instead, we're moving around to Luke, who is going to try to close that gate. So he's going to grab himself an extra focus. He does have 2 now. And for his second action, he is going to move to the Zahara Desert, where during encounters he's going to spend a sanity to get past the Dark Young and seal that gate. Fingers crossed. Next up is Kate. Okay, Kate is up there in northern Russia. Actually, it's going to take her a couple turns to get there. She can get there next turn by using tickets and everything. I'm actually going to try to get her down to Sydney, because there's a monster on that gate that she can use her special ability to just get rid of. The flying polyp. If she's on a space with a gate, she can just eliminate a monster that has a toughness of her observation or less, and her observation is 5. So she'll be able to just eliminate the flying polyp once she can get down there. That'll happen next turn, assuming nothing waylays her in the meantime. So, what she's going to do to try to get there is, the camera should be here, First thing she'll do is pick herself up a train ticket, and then she will spend the train ticket to extend her move to Istanbul down to the now crowded space 17. And if Lola fails to get that clue, maybe Kate will get it instead. Now it's time for Wilson Richards' actions. Okay, Wilson, first action, he will get a C ticket. Second action, he is going to move to space 20 and spend the Z ticket to get himself around Tokyo. We'll see if he's cursed, but we have a lot of potentially good dice to roll. Maybe he can at least whittle it down a little bit. We'll see what happens during the encounters, but first to have an encounter will be Lola Hayes. Okay, Lola's going to encounter that clue, still on a city space. Come on. I know you can focus. We're not that far. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Someone drank the milk of Shub-Niggurath. Well, somebody drank it. Spawn a goat spawn monster on your space. Wonderful. To your horror, you used the same cup. We're going to test her will -1. Well, we are also stuck with a goat spawn. Which, yeah, Kate is going to have to try to deal with. Little unarmed Kate. Now we are going to be rolling 2 cursed dice for Lola. Oh, okay, she actually made it. That's amazing. If you pass, you resist its effects, gain this clue. If you fail, we don't care. Okay, well, Lola managed to snag that clue anyway. Yeah. Can't believe she actually got a 6 there. Okay, on to Luke Robinson over in the Sahara. Alright, first things first, Luke is going to spend a sanity, which allows him to get past the Dark Young. And that leaves him at 4, so it's not too bad. And he steps through the gate and into the Great Hall of Celiano. The book you are reading describes complex rituals in very abstract terms. You do your best to comprehend the dense material. Lore. Hey, lore is one of his strongest. He gets to roll 4 dice for that. One successful roll. You gradually begin to see a pattern emerge. Gain 1 spell. Okay. Oh, right. He actually forgot he's +1 to all skills. So he actually had an extra die to roll. Now he's going to get another random spell from the bottom of the deck, and he gets the Mists of Rele. Incantation. During the encounter phase, you may test lore. If you pass, oh look, you may choose an encounter as if there were no monsters in your space. Then flip this card. So he has 2 ways to sneak past monsters. Now, after staring at the book for so long, however, you've forgotten how to get back home. You ask others in the library for help. Going to be his influence -1. However, with the markings of Isis, that'll be +1, so I'll be back at 2 dice. No. Okay, we are going to spend 1 of his focus to re-roll 1 of those dice, and there we go. If you pass, an alien creature comes to your aid. Close this gate. well, at least Luke can get stuff done. So we're going to close the Sahara Gate. We are going to stick this over on Kate's personal story. 1, 2, 3, 4. She just needs one more gate on there collected to get her, her story. Let's see. Once per round, when a gate is closed or discarded, you may spend one clue to place one clue on this card. You may then flip this card. Do I want to spend the clue that she's got, or... I don't know, normally I might, but she's going to have to go up against goat spawn. So, yeah, she's going to need all the re-rolling she can get. So we won't do it this time. However, Luke, when he closes a gate during another world encounter, he gets himself a clue and a focus. So he now has 2 of each. I'm gonna have to get, well, Luke's gonna want to leave Egypt now anyway, because all of the Egypt gates have spawned, so he wants to be elsewhere. All right. Thank you, Luke, for doing something. Now it's time to see how Kate deals with a goat spawn. Right, and I forgot, because of his dream box, Luke could have, when closing a gate during another world encounter, gain a focus, but he can only have a maximum of 2 focus, so he couldn't have gained another one anyway. Alright, Kate. Poor Kate. At least she's not cursed. She needs to encounter a goat spawn. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may gain a Dark Pact condition to discard 1 monster from any space. Yeah. Okay, we are going to start with the horror check. We are defending against 1 sanity damage. I'm just going to roll her will, which is 2. Not too worried about her taking a hit on this, because she is currently at her maximum 7 sanities. But she blocked it easily anyway. Next up, this is where we have the problem. Strength -2, or strength is 2. So she's only going to get to roll a single die. She's only going to get, to block 1 or do 1 damage. So she's not going to kill it. Even if she rolls a success, which she did, well, good. She is going to take 1 damage. However, at least she did manage to not so much hit as gently prod the goat spawn. So it is now lightly wounded. And it means she does not get to have a city encounter. But so be it. Now, the big thing for this round. We'll see what a cursed Wilson Richards can do about fighting that big monster. Okay. First thing we need to do is the horror check, so we're going to test Wilson's will -1 to try to prevent 3 sanity damage, which would be extremely bad because his maximum sanity is only 4. So his will is 3, which means he's only rolling 2 dice. Just trying to remember what we can and can't use here. The only item he's got that could potentially help is his wooden puppet that lets him re-roll 1 die. Alright, let's see. Nope. What we're going to do is do his 1 free focus Once per round, spend a focus and gain a focus, which means he gets to re-roll both dice because he's Wilson Richards. And he still didn't block anything. So, wondering if I should, do I just take the 3 sanity hit or re-roll one more die? Yeah, okay. Rather not have him down to 1 sanity if we can avoid it. So, once per round you may re-roll 1 die when resolving a test. So we're just going to re-roll 1. And cross our fingers. No, he was going to take 3 sanity damage, leaving him at 1. That's extremely bad. Alright, let's see what he can do about the combat. Of course, they're trying to block 2 health damage, which is what he could take, because he's at 6 health. Anyway, and we're trying to do 6 damage to it total. I'm going to roll. There's no modifier on the strength, so at least there's that. His strength is 4. He's going to get 2 more for his blunderbuss. Both the Derringer and the Bullwhip say you may add... Oh wait, no, the Derringer does something different. Okay, the Bullwhip, you may re-roll 1 die when resolving a strength test. And the Derringer will allow him to add 1 to the result of 1 die. And he still has 1 clue and a focus. It's also got the Time-Worn Brand, but I don't think we can actually use that against this because it is magical and this thing is magic resistant. So we are rolling. Well, we're not. I don't think we're going to kill it. Come on, focus. Because we're rolling 6 dice. We are not going to get 6 successes. Sorry, just trying to get that to focus properly. There we go. Okay. We're going to roll 6. We'll pretend that this 6th die is cursed. Okay, that's not a bad start. We do have a couple of 6s. We're going to use the Derringer to add a 1 to one of the 5s, making that 3 successes so far. The Bullwhip will let us re-roll 1. Okay, he actually got a 6. God, we got 4 6s. And we are going to spend his other focus. He doesn't get a replacement one, unfortunately. That lets us roll both dice. Oh my God, we got another 6. Okay, so we're going to use the silver key. Once per round, you may spend 1 less clue to pay for an effect. So we are spending 1 minus 1, 0, to re-roll a die. Oh my God, we actually killed it. This is in fact a miracle. We have got a total of 6 6s. Oh, and silly me, I didn't need to do all that re-rolling. I forgot the blunderbuss. All the 6s count as 2 successes. Oh, and there might have been 1s that were rolled, but I re-rolled everything. Okay, let's just say I spent everything that I spent. Because it meant, I don't want to go back and refigure it. Let's just say we Yeah, I'm not going to take back all the spending I did. We'll just go with the fact that we came up with a total of 6 sixes. That is in fact a bloody miracle. Here we are. So we've actually killed the crawling chaos. We've solved the rumor, and we can get back to our mystery. I can't believe. Wow. Okay, that'll never happen again. No matter how many times I play this, I will never be able to do something like that again. The odds were astounding. Okay, yay, good for Wilson. Oh, and because he did do that, he gets to have an encounter. Let's let me move the camera around a little bit more. Tidy up, and he'll have an expedition encounter on that space. Okay, an improbably victorious Wilson Richards and his 6 sixes gonna wander into Tokyo and have himself an expedition encounter. Just outside the Imperial Palace, you have discovered concrete covering the entrance to an underground chamber. They must have been part of the Edo castle that once stood here. You struggled to break the concrete apart. It's going to be a strength check. We're still with the cursed dice, but he does have 4. And he still has 1 more clue he can spend. Do I spend the clue here or spend it on the possible Now I'm going to save the clue for, okay, let's just say we fail it and see what happens then. Right, now the palace guards interrupt you and demand to know who you are. Test influence. Well, that's good. His influence is also 4. Here we will definitely use the clue. Okay. We're spending his clue. Nope. Okay. If you pass, if you fail, they do not believe your story. Gain a detained condition. Oh, there are worse things than a detained condition. Just trying to find, but that would be a restriction. Oh yes, because he can, especially since he can test his influence to try to avoid it. Alright, so we're going to pull from the bottom, and there's the first detained. You cannot move or perform actions other than the action on this card. Instead of an encounter, we flip the card. So, he's got that. I might have been able to salvage some of the clues and such from the combat, but no, this is just simpler. All right, that is it for the encounter phase. Now we're moving on to the dreaded mythos phase. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Tentacles. All right, we are going to move the omen track around to blue. We have no gates. Oh, geez, what's Luke going to do with himself? He's our gate sealer. There are no gates on the board now. Oh, however, we would normally get a monster surge, but as there are no gates for monsters to surge through, we do instead spawn a gate. It'll be in Tokyo. Oh, right, I forgot to move the expedition encounter. Okay, it's now over in the pyramids where that horrible poltergeist is, of course. All right, and what else shows up in Tokyo with Wilson there? It is a werewolf. Has a reckoning effect. See, it's not too hard to kill. However, it does have physical resistance, so most of our weapons are useless. On a reckoning, move this monster one space towards the nearest investigator, then each investigator on the space loses a health. Okay. The Werewolf in Tokyo. That's a movie, isn't it? No, that's London. And we spawn a couple of clues. 1 and 2. So one at the pyramids, and one at space 13. 13 is way up here in the North Sea, and one at the pyramids. Oh, okay, what horrible tentacle thing happens? That this mockery should take your place is the universe's most vile insult. Yet, there it is, just beyond your reach, wreaking havoc and undoing all the good that you have accomplished, smiling all the while with the face you see every day in the mirror. Replaced by another event. Spawn the, oh good, doppelganger epic monster on the lead investigator's space. Maybe we can just avoid it once it's there. Give me a minute to grab that. Okay, there it is, the doppelganger. See, it's a tricky one to fight. You do an observation check against the sanity. If you fail the observation check, you do not resolve the the strength test. On a reckoning, roll 1 die. On a 1 or 2, advance doom by 1. Okay. So that's in... India is not a good place to be right now, because there's an angry goat spawn and a doppelganger hanging around. Alright, then the lead investigator gains a lost in time and space condition. Poor Lola. Okay, that's the one on the bottom. Restriction: remove your investigator token from the game board. You are unaffected by other game effects and cannot move or perform actions. Instead of an encounter, we will flip the card and see what becomes of her. So Lola is replaced by an evil self, which is not fooling Kate. She's like, no, you're not Lola. Alright, and we'll see what happens to her when she tries to come back next turn. Oh, there's a little more. Oh, okay. If the lead investigator already has a lost in time and space condition, it's, yeah, not an issue. Okay, that was some terrible stuff combined with some amazing stuff. I can't believe I ended up with 6 sixes when fighting the horrible, the crawling chaos. I wonder if I should go back and try to get back all the resources that I spent trying to make sure that they're all 6s, but I'd have to go back and check the footage and see if any 1s were rolled. Anyway, if anybody has an opinion one way or another, go ahead and let me know. As it is, things will probably just stay as they are. It's simplest. It's easier than trying to retcon everything. And hopefully Wilson will get out of prison next turn, and he can go off and try to get the goat spawns in London and work on our second mystery. Oh, thanks very much everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos on both YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's appreciated. And I will see you next time for yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. So long.